Well, double 1/8 Seth Shadow here. So, this week, well, it's actually going to be next week, we'll have the sneak preview for Dimensional Transcendence, which is our third set for DivineZ. And we got a quick preview from Bushiroad on Twitter, or X, whichever you like to call it. The domain name still goes by Twitter. Regardless, we got a little preview from Bushiroad talking about what the next sneak preview promo card is going to be. And I believe they said they're going to announce it this Friday or Thursday. The anticipation is that it's going to be something for Orus. They've already expressed that it's going to be a Brandgate promo. And that is a significant promo that we are looking for Orus in general. But we'll see what it is. In any case, Dimensional Transcendence itself will release at the end of the month on the 30th, so we'll have the sneak preview next week, as per usual. In terms of pre-sales that are available right now, we're starting at about $67 if you want to pick up boxes, and $1,193 if you want to pick up cases. Now, of course, this is TGT players specifically, and we've actually got packs on pre-sale at $7 to start. But I would say that probably best to just look around and see what others have, given that when it comes to sealed product on pre-sale, it's usually the most expensive on TCG Player. With Nitro's having gotten its reveals, one card in particular from Festival 2024 has been running low on its triple rare and going up in price, which is Elusive Winged Dragon Phargma. This is the discard cycler that goes for Stoichia, and its price has risen to $349 with a market price of $249. 9 listings overall on the triple rare, and then when it comes to the FFR, it's $28 with a market price above that at closer to $29.50. So I just watch for this one. Most of the cards from Festival 2024 still have a lot of quantity available to them, but the fact that this one seems to be low on the triple rare side also goes to show just how quickly they can disappear. If we take a look at the history of sales on this one, TCG Player has changed its outlook, so now we've got snapshots based off of when it comes to how many months or years you're checking things out. But the interesting thing here is that we take a look at it from a 1 month perspective. 562 copies of this card have sold, and they're selling at least around an average of 18 cards a day. And right now, when it comes to low pricing, it's $349. And once we get past the first 3, we're actually getting up to $6 on this one. So if you haven't picked this up already but intend to, probably a good idea to just do so. Honestly, I only see it valuable for the actual discard. I should say the ability to pick up a discarded card. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about this one. I never thought it was going to be that big of an option, but we'll see where it goes. Loving Pink Friends set. So, we've talked about this one a few times, and I want to bring it back up because we are a little short on listings between the two lowest rarities, the triple rare and the silver rare, where there are only 6 listings on the triple rare starting at $15. So this card has progressively been making its way up, especially on its market price, which is now $12.64. And the silver rare now has a base price of $19.19 and a market price of $17.12. The FFR is here as well with 11 listings as well, like the silver rare, at just about $64. Hardening Insight. This is also from DivineZ 2 and is a Barrow Magnus support card. The silver rare caught my eye with only 2 listings left starting at $4, but taking a look at the frame rare as well as the regular double rare, those are still heavily stocked with 51 listings on the double rare and 35 listings on the FR, both of which start underneath $1. Vetta, the copy that comes from Fated Clash DivineZ 1, has dropped off in value and now sells for just about $2. They were selling for $5 before the second printing, but Keep in mind, given that this is Drag Vetta, I would imagine that a lot of these $2, $3 sales will probably go out pretty quickly, given that this silver trigger is still really popular to play, and Dragon Empire is looking to see a lot more gain down the line. The same can go for a few of the other over triggers that have also been reprinted. Talking a little bit about Orpheus, first we'll go through Regis. If you want the trial deck or triple rare version of this card, not difficult to pick up. The triple rare is just under $2 right now, whereas the trial deck version is under $1. But if you want the SP or the SSR, that's a completely different story. There are only 2 SSRs on the market starting at $500, and the market price is also $500, while the SP is currently at $75, matching the market price, and has 5 listings overall. Then we've got Orice Mask, which currently has 33 listings on its triple rare starting at $540, which is lower than its current market price. But the FFR and the secret rare are still up there. The FFR is starting at $40, lower than its market price as well. And then the secret rare is higher than its market price right now at $220. The market price difference there, it's $150. But in any case, between that and several of the world orders that are available for Orpheus, just keep your eye on those, particularly on the promo that we're going to get for the sneak preview. Because if it does turn out to be the promo for Orpheus, then we could see some bumps in a few of the support cards. And overall, I've never really gone through the world orders. Taking a look at them, there are 3 main ones that tend to get played with Orpheus, which are Hollowing Moonlit Night, the original one that comes out of set 1, Eclipse Moonlight, which comes out of set 2, and Overcoming an Eternity, which comes out of set 3. What do you know? All of our world orders come from the first 3 sets, including this one. In the Darkness, nobody knows, but honestly, nobody knows it because no one really plays it. But when you take a look, and I never really thought about it this way, all of our world orders for Orpheus only come in the first 3 sets. We've never gotten a world order ever since then. But they're all cheap to pick up, unless you start going for higher rarities of them, like the foil version that came as a promo with an alternate art is $5 for Eclipse Moonlight. By the way, it has the rich tax deduction where apparently you don't need a counterblast to play it. It's an errata, of course, but yeah, just joking. Polar Axis Dragon is something else to keep in mind too, as it only comes out of the trial deck, and market price is $241, but the base listing is 73 cents. Bobble Mine has been running low on listings on most of its copies except for the original one from set 1, but no matter what, all the copies have market prices around or above $10 right now, and the lowest listing at this point is $12. If you want the SP version, there are 5 listings on that for $30 to start off with. And then, of course, we have the alternate art of the card, Moonlit Angel, from set 12, which currently has a base listing of $196. And right now, I mean, we only have 1 sold in the last 3 months. So, yeah. Ultimately, it's pretty expensive to pick up, but Bobble Mine is one of those cards that just maintains for a while. Conceited Noble Philander is still seeing a lot of movement, where now we only have 1 listing on the triple rare at $40, but the market price is still $19. The FFR is out of stock again, and now has a market price of $57. Clean Sweep Dragon from set 9 is one of those really big Persona Ride Act cards, where it basically throws 3 cards to soul from the board. And it can be your side as well as your opponent's if you're feeling like you're low on soul. But there are lots of listings of this card available, but in general for a double rare, being closer to $5 consistently is a point to keep in mind. The double rare has a market price of $471, and the FR is currently at $663. Both of the listings that are base listing available are a little lower than that. Neatness Meteor Shower, the original common copy, is still $1 despite being a common, and despite the fact that Gravidia has kind of just fallen out of favor. It did get a little more support in Divine Clash, but ultimately, we're not seeing that many that get sold either. Total sold in the last 3 months was 153 copies, with an average sold of 2 per day. And then in the last month, 50 copies of this card sold. So it's basically about 50 copies sold a month. And right now, as stated, they're basically all $1 or higher to pick up right now. Remember, you can play 16 copies of this. So if you do pick up Gravidia, you're picking up more than just 4, which leads to the price being higher. Dirty Violet, which is a Battle Princess support card for Seraph. Right now, that's $4 at the high, and it's sold over 160 copies in the last 3 months with 2 copies a day on average, and a market price of $4.40 right now. They're consolidated more so around the $4 mark, and they keep moving, but for the most part, they're all around $4 on the front page. With Alden getting new support, Bringer of New Style Surus did go up in value as predicted. Now we only have 9 listings left on the regular copy and 5 listings on the foil. But the difference in price is not too high right now. It's 13-ish, 1350-ish if you want the regular one, 1705 for the foil. And the first 3 copies available for the foil are 17 to 1750, whereas the common is, basically $12, $13. Prelude of Genesis is also up in value. I don't recall when I last covered this one, but the base copy is now $21.45, and the foil is not too far from it right now, $22.92. But both of them have a combined total listing count of 9, and their market prices are still around 15 or under. Light Element Piri, the promo version that you got as part of the Constructed Cup for Set 1, and only if you won the tournament. But this card has not sold anything in the last 3 months. Right now, there are 6 copies available on the market, starting from $93 to $200 tops. Now, again, there won't be that many copies of this on the market, and it is one of the few SP variants that have come late in the game, since Bushiroad has not been printing SP rarity for a while. Given that, though, despite the fact that this is a critical trigger and its highest rarity, I guess players are just not as interested in this one, even though it's a winner promo. And our last card for today is the heal trigger, the Wood Elemental Leafy, which is the top 8 promo from that same Constructed Cup. This one has also not really been selling, with only 4 sold in the last 3 months. And right now, they're mostly $18 plus outside of the lightly played that we can see here. So it's dropped off pretty significantly. And given that there are more in circulation, I understand why the price is lower. Regardless, though, I still hold this in higher regard just because it's an SP rarity and it can be played in any deck. And it's pretty beautiful if you have it in hand. But that's my opinion. Ultimately, we'll just have to see where it goes from here. There are still a lot of different high rarity heal triggers you can pick up that are also nation specific that may be preferred. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.